A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a landmark decision, Zimbabwe has officially abolished the death penalty, marking a significant shift in the country's justice system. This move comes nearly 2 decades after the last execution took place in 2005, and it is a reflection of the changing attitudes towards capital punishment both within the nation and across the African continent. President Emmerson Mnangagwa, who has held the presidency since 2017, has long been an opponent of capital punishment, drawing from his own experiences of being sentenced to death during the War for Independence in the 1960s. The new law, which was approved this week after passing through Parliament, will commute the sentences of approximately 60 prisoners currently on death row, sparing them from the ultimate punishment. This decision has been hailed by human rights organizations, including Amnesty International, which described it as a beacon of hope for the abolitionist movement in the region. The abolition of the death penalty aligns Zimbabwe with a growing number of countries that are moving away from this form of punishment. Currently, around 3/4 of nations around the world still utilize capital punishment, but the trend is shifting as more countries recognize the moral and ethical implications of taking a life as a form of punishment. Other African nations, such as Kenya, Liberia, and Ghana, have also made strides towards abolishing the death penalty, although they have not yet enacted similar laws. The last execution in Zimbabwe was partly hindered by a lack of individuals willing to take on the role of state executioner, highlighting the growing reluctance to carry out such sentences. With this new law, President Mnangagwa has taken a bold step forward in aligning Zimbabwe with international human rights standards. He has previously utilized presidential amnesties to commute death sentences to life in prison, further demonstrating his commitment to reforming the justice system. According to Amnesty International, 24 African countries have fully abolished the death penalty, contributing to a global total of 113 countries that have done so. Despite this progress, the organization also reported a rise in executions worldwide, with 1,153 known executions recorded in 2023, up from 883 in the previous year. Notably, Iran and Saudi Arabia accounted for nearly 90% of all executions documented, underscoring the ongoing struggle against capital punishment in various parts of the world. As Zimbabwe moves forward with this new law, it sets a precedent for other nations grappling with the question of capital punishment. The decision is expected to spark discussions on the future of justice in Africa and beyond, as more countries consider the implications of abolishing the death penalty. The move is not only a victory for human rights advocates, but also a reflection of a changing society that values life and seeks alternatives to capital punishment. With this historic shift, Zimbabwe has joined a growing global movement towards a more humane and just legal system, one that recognizes the potential for rehabilitation and the sanctity of life. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.